Hey, what's up guys? Rob here. Welcome back to a brand new weekly watch video. I'm going to show you guys the movies that I checked out from January 24th through the 28th, basically Monday through Friday. I try to at least do 2 movies a day, and then I have the weekend to kind of just, relax a little bit. But this is a challenge. I just want to give a special shout out to Julie Cassidy and Horrorfan34 Thomas. They also do this challenge. It's a lot of fun. But for this week, I tried to mix it up a little bit. I went with some found footage movies, some action movies with my favorite stars, Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger, and also some movies that I was kind of curious about as far as, not seeing them for a long time and remember not liking them. So I was kind of curious if my mind has changed on them or if it's just going to be the same. So I'll go over that a little bit here. But yeah, a little bit of action, a little bit of horror, and different things. So hope you guys enjoy this. The first one, we're going to start with Monday, the 24th of January, and I watched Cloverfield. Now, Monday, I kind of made this a found footage day. I went through my collection. I'm like, what found footage movies can I check out? Well, I had to check out Cloverfield again. I love this movie. It is found footage style. The camera's always shaking, kind of, and some scenes are kind of hard to make out because, it's kind of dark. But I love the concept of this. These people are having a party. All of a sudden, there's an explosion, and this creature just shows up out of nowhere, like the size of Godzilla, and starts, rampaging all over the city. And it almost reminds me like they were trying to do a monster movie like Godzilla, in an American version way. But yeah, really, really good film, and it's very mysterious. I remember when this first came out. I actually saw this in the theater. When this first came out, there was a lot of secrecy behind it. You didn't even know what it was about, and I still don't really know. I mean, they don't really release any info on, the origin, I guess, of what's going on here, of the creature and stuff. It's just very mysterious. But it was directed by Matt Reeves, and Matt Reeves is a solid director. But this one was very, very good. I recommend Cloverfield. It has nothing to do with like 10 Cloverfield Lane or Cloverfield Paradox. This is the best one out of those anyway, in my opinion. I love 10 Cloverfield Lane, but so the next one I checked out on the 24th, another found footage anthology film, and that's VHS. Now, there are, I think, 4 VHS films now out. VHS 2 is my favorite, but this one does have some solid stories because it's basically 5 stories with a wraparound story that connects everything. The wraparound story is pretty lame. Basically, these guys are trying to find this one VHS tape, and they go in this house. They find this dead old man, and they find a bunch of VHS tapes, but they don't know which one they were supposed to find. So this guy just starts popping in VHS tapes on this TV just to see which one. It's kind of stupid because it's like, why would you sit there and pop in VHS tapes when you don't even know the one you're supposed to? They don't have any intel. All they know is they need to have a VHS tape, but they don't know. Like, why would you even pop it in the player? You don't even know what you need. Just grab all the VHS tapes and leave. You know, this guy starts putting in VHS tapes, and it starts to go over all the stories, and they're just really weird and wild things that are happening, in like a VHS format, which is pretty cool. But the stories they're okay. I do like the first story, and I think the fifth one is pretty good too. But the ones in the middle are just kind of eh. They just didn't really capture any kind of special moments. But I remember when this first came out, I was really excited because I saw the trailer and I thought the trailer looked pretty good. So anyway, I think this movie is just okay. Um, like I said, VHS 2 definitely worth checking out. So all right, moving on to Tuesday, the 25th. I wanted to go with a classic film that I just love so much. And I've seen the newer ones like a lot because they've been on TV and stuff like that. And they're coming out with a new one here very soon. And of course, it is Jurassic Park. This is another film that I saw in the theater, and this movie blew me away when I first saw it, and it still does. Just looking at the dinosaurs, the way they look. How come the dinosaurs look good here, but you watch Jurassic World and they just don't look as good? Why is that? I don't understand. It shouldn't be that way. Um, but with the practical effects mixed with some CG, they did a fantastic job here. The Tyrannosaurus Rex scene, the introduction of the T Rex, is probably one of my favorite moments well, in cinema history, really. But they made dinosaurs scary. You always learn about dinosaurs in the books, like you read about how dinosaurs were on this earth and like what kinds there were. But in this movie, it's like they made them scary and makes you wonder, like, if you were in that time period, what would really happen if you were around dinosaurs? Like, how would they react? How would you react? Um, just solid movie. I love the soundtrack, and yeah, it's amazing still. I decided to switch it up and go with a sequel now. I believe it was the last weekly watch I did. I watched the first movie, so decided to check out the second movie, and it is Species 2. Now, the first Species, I think, holds up. It's a pretty decent film, but here you got Species 2. I remember seeing this in the theater with my dad, and there's a lot of embarrassing moments here, especially the sex scenes and stuff like that, when you have to sit and look at your dad and be like, okay, this is embarrassing. But Natasha Henstridge comes back in this, and it's a different species, but all she does in this movie is just sit in a chair because they're monitoring her, and there's this man species running around, this man alien that's going around trying to impregnate women. So the roles are reversed. Instead of the woman going around trying to get a man and have sex with him and get pregnant, it's basically a guy going around trying to get women. So I don't know. This one is it's just not good. It really is not. After seeing it again, this is another. This is one of those films where I saw it and I was just like, this movie just is not good. And I was just curious to see if I would still think that way. Yeah, I do. This is not really a good sequel. I mean, if you would, honestly, I think I like Species 3 more than this. I will say that. That's another one I need to watch again, though. Anyway, those are the two movies I checked out on Tuesday the 25th. Moving on to Wednesday the 26th, I watched a classic here, and that is The Terminator. The Terminator, uh, this seems like a horror film right here. Uh, it is so scary knowing that there's this machine that always is going to come after you, no matter what you do. I mean, no matter how fast you run, no matter where you hide, this thing never sleeps. It never eats. It just never stops. It will not stop hunting you. To me, that is a scary feeling. Even though your back's against the wall and you're looking at the doorway, you're sitting there contemplating, when's he going to show up? It's inevitable. He's going to be there. I mean, it's crazy. This movie, I mean, you have Kyle Reese protecting Sarah Connor from the Terminator, and Kyle Reese is a human, and he's trying to fight this machine played by Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, look how intimidating he looks on the cover. This is a crazy movie. Terminator films, I love Terminator 2. Terminator 1, though, is my favorite. Terminator 2 is a fantastic sequel, though. And there's so many great things about that movie, but this is where it's at for me. The next one I watched, I was in kind of a Schwarzenegger, mood. So the next one I watched is an underrated Schwarzenegger film that nobody talks about, and I got it here on Blu-ray from what is it called? Optimum Home Studio Canal, and it is Raw Deal. This is a great Schwarzenegger film, guys. If you have not seen Raw Deal, you are missing out. I love the soundtrack to this, the theme, Kaminsky Stomps. Basically you have Schwarzenegger, who is a cop who he goes into I want to say a like this gang of, it's like this underground world, okay, in like these hardcore like mob bosses, so to say. He goes undercover to try to get into the gang to find out, what's going on within it, and he gets kind of caught up in, uh, trying to impress people, but behind the scenes, things are kind of there's kind of like loose ends, and he tries to like clean everything up. It's very very good. I don't know. I Robert Davi's also in this, who's fantastic. But yeah, this Blu-ray, I remember it is the I think it's the international version or import, but I'm really happy to get this on Blu-ray. This is guys, if you have not seen Raw Deal, check it out. Really. All right, so Thursday the 27th, I watched probably one of my favorite buddy cop films, and that is Tango and Cash. Um, Sylvester Stallone and Kurt Russell together as cops who get framed and they get thrown into prison, and Jack Palance is basically the main baddie in this. But they got to try to escape prison and go after the bad guys. I think the humor between these two is great. The chemistry. It was great seeing them in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Both Stallone and Russell were in that movie, but they didn't have any scenes together, which really sucked. Um, but yeah, I was always hoping that they would do another Tango and Cash. Like I just wanted to see another one. This movie's so funny and it's great. You want to cut my You want to cut my head off and use it as a fucking basketball? You can bowl with the motherfucker. All I care. Just don't let him do it. I want to get killed by an American. Jerk off. You fucking wanker. Two little mice. Number one, I got Jack. Jack Palance. Jack Palance. Oh God. Anyway, great. All right, so another cop film that I watched. It's kind of a thriller that I really like, and I think Samuel Jackson is great, and so is Patrick Wilson. He's great too, and it is Lakeview Terrace. So another one I recommend, guys. Basically, you have Samuel Jackson, who's a cop. He lives in this neighborhood, and Patrick Wilson and what's her name? Is it Carrie Washington? They're a couple, and he doesn't approve of them because she's with a white guy. It's kind of a racist film. Like Samuel Jackson's very racist in this, but Patrick Wilson does a good job of keeping his cool with all the comments he says. They move in next door, and he just kind of like hounds them. And being that he's a cop, he can bend the rules to his own advantage because he's a cop. Um, I don't know. I really like it a lot. It works up to a blowout between Patrick Wilson and him, and it's just really, really good. This movie holds up definitely. Jay Hernandez actually has a part in this. Not a big part, but he is in it. Anyway, Lakeview Terrace, damn good movie. All right, so moving on to Friday the 28th. I checked out another thriller that I think this movie is just lame. Um, it's a movie that you could watch on Lifetime. It's like one of those Lifetime thrillers. Who's someone who's obsessed with somebody, and they'll do anything in their power to like make them do what they want, even if it means kidnapping somebody or really hurting them. It just, I don't know. It's something you've always seen before, and it is The Roommate. Murder can really ruin a friendship. Leighton Meester's in this. I mean, I'm not saying she does a bad job. It's just she's very her acting in this, like as a someone who's obsessed, is just really it's not executed well. It really is not. She looks too damn desperate, like she's trying way too hard to be concerned or like obsessed. It just I don't buy it. Minka Kelly is in this. Also, you have what's his name, Billy Zane. He plays like this perverted art teacher or whatever. And then that guy Cam Gig, I don't remember how to spell his name, but he's in like a lot of low budget movies. The soundtrack to this movie is not bad, but just the all overall thing where, Minka Kelly's character moves into this dorm in this at this college, and then Leighton Meester moves in as her roommate, and Leighton starts to become obsessed with Minka Kelly's character, like as far as wanting to be her roommate and her best friend, just like all of a sudden, like they explain, a little bit like how she's on like medication and like she's just, she's got like bipolar or whatever. But I don't know. It just was not. It says right here, chilling and suspenseful. I'm sorry, this movie is not chilling. It is not suspenseful. You can find some Lifetime movies more chilling and more suspenseful than this. There's not one time where you're just like on the edge of your seat, like, oh my God, what's going to happen? What's she going to do? She's so obsessed with her. Oh my God. No, not one time. This movie is lame. And yeah, I've only seen it like 3 times now in my life, and I probably will not watch it again unless I am forced. I mean, unless you tie me down to this couch and then make me, and then staple my eyelids open, that's it. There you go. I decided to finish off Friday the 28th with a bang. Go with a real horror movie other than this crap. And it has Kevin Zegers, Shawn Ashmore, and Emma Bell. And it was directed by Adam Green, in my opinion, his best movie, Frozen. I'm not talking about the Frozen that we all know. Let it go, let it go. No, not that one. This is basically a bunch of kids who get stuck on a ski lift, where it's going up and then it stops, and so they're stuck up there like hundreds of feet in the air, and everything's shut off, and it gets cold. The snow starts to fall, and they're stuck up there. They have no way to get down other than to jump or to climb on the cables, which will rip their hands to shreds. And there's wolves running around. So, I mean, they're up on like this mountainside. So there's really nothing they can do. And I can't believe Adam Green did it. I mean, when you think about the concept, you think like that's really stupid. Like why would that ever happen? I mean, the situation where how or on how they get stuck is stupid because people make stupid mistakes like that. The mistake that happens here can really happen in real life. It really can, because there are stupid people that do stupid things on their stupid job. It's stupid. But anyway, Kane Hodder makes an appearance in this as well. But Shawn Ashmore, I think he is an underrated actor. He played Bobby Iceman in the X-Men films. And he was also in The Ruins. He was also in, I think he was in Mother's Day, the Mother's Day remake. He's been in quite a few horror films. But Kevin Zegers, of course, was in the Dawn of the Dead remake, directed by Zack Snyder. Uh, but yeah, just a fantastic movie, guys. It is very hard to watch. There's some disturbing scene, like with the wolves. Um, there's some really good effects with frostbite in this movie. Just I don't know, man. Like it's just they do a really good job with this film. It's very simple. I mean, people stuck on a ski lift. It's a simple premise, and it's executed very well. So this is one that I would recommend to you guys, Frozen. So that's what I wrapped up with as far as the week goes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Tell me what you think of some of these titles that I ended up watching. And stay tuned, guys, because, yeah, every week, of course, I'm going to be doing these weekly watches, but I'm also coming back with, more list videos and updates and things like that. And I'm going to be starting my movie reviews here very soon. I have a new way that I'm going to try to do them, and without getting, you know, shot with a copyright claim. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you guys in the next video.